let us have this one duplicated. Ctrl D. So I want to come here and turn this one to 0.43. 0.43. So that is nice. So we just have to resize it a bit. So I'm gonna keep it right here and still create space. Space like this. Nicely done. So I have to reduce it and make sure it's of the same size to this. I'm gonna reduce it at this side as well. So, and for the curveness, I'm not full cool with it. I'm gonna reduce it a bit as well. So now we're not gonna use white here. We have to change the color. So let's see what color best match this particular card we have right in here right now. So let us do Ctrl+1, and from there we go ahead with a gradient fill. Here we go. So I want to take off one stops. I'm gonna put this one in the middle. So I have to come here and change how it looks. I want to use something that looks just like this. No, we can change it to, like this is okay. So what I need to do now is to move this one inside here and bring this one to the middle. Does that give me the perspective I want? Okay, don't worry, we'll fix things around. So now I come here and change the color of this one. So a custom color needs to go right in here. So what I need now is #B56576. So B56576. So now you can see what color it gives to me. So I'll come for this last one here as well and have the color changed. So click on it and we have to change the color of this one. So the color is gonna be E56. So let's just go with E56, 86F. So click on OK. That is better. So we have the middle color as well. So we go ahead and change it. So for the middle color, we have to go with 𝗙𝗍𝗃8B. So that is the color code. So we click on OK. Now we have something that looks like this. So if I step off right now, this is what we have. So we have this one in the middle that looks as bright as this. So in case you're wondering like, what the heck are you doing? Look at what we have here. Something like this is exactly what we want to create. So we go back and we have it, right? So we don't need to do much from the scratch. So all we have to do now is just to get this one doubled. So I'm bringing this down here. Quickly just use the hash transaction. So transaction. And I'm gonna have to just make sure I give it white. So before then, let us just double this. And for this one here, I wanna go with product. So product. So another one here. This one is gonna be my number of stars. So it's gonna be my star, number of stars. And last but not least is actually the numbers of customer. So customers, so beautiful. So now here we go. We can just try to bring them in here. So go ahead and bring our product as well. So get our store here. And I'm gonna get my customer here as well. So for the customer, it's gonna be here. I'm not actually satisfied with how they are sitting here now. I have this one to be okay. I'm gonna just go with this one. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. Then I can use this one to make the settings. This is where I want them to be. So we can just click here and go to the top shape. Right here, we go to align top. And now we want to distribute horizontally. And that gives us something like this. Beautiful, huh? So the next thing we do now is just, I think I have to just make sure it moves back a little bit. So it's for we to change the color. So we can change the color from here. We can as well come to text options here, and you can see the color as well right here. And we have the color just changed the way it should be. So what is next now is for we to just make sure we hold our control, and you see this plus sign, just move it and have this right here, right? Release it. Yes. So we can bring this close to this. So we can bring this close to this as well. So now we need to get the values for all this. So do we have them already? Let's just go ahead and check it out. So all we have to do now is to actually get this one copied again. So we bring it beneath here. So one caution I have to, caution you is that if you are creating pivot table beneath and pivot table, you have to make sure the previous pivot table, which means the one at the top, will not grow downward. If it is going to grow vertically, there is no way this would work. So it's going to actually break, every single thing you have done here when you refresh or when you bring in new data and it grows all the way down specifically. Or let's say, for example, we're actually analyzing for months and we just have 1 to 3 months of data, and you'll be like, oh, I think it's going to be okay for me to paste it right here because we have space. As soon as you have more months coming up into here, once the month gets here, it's going to get this one distorted and it's going to get this one off. And whatever you have inside that particular pivot table and linked to this particular dashboard will not be visible again. It's going to be destroyed. So for that, I recommend you actually come to this side or you use a new worksheet if that will definitely work for you. But right now, because I'm very sure that this cannot grow vertically, it can only grow horizontally if I need to make it grow. So if I just want to stop it right at gross profit, and if it spends 10 years, it's going to remain like this. It's not going to grow automatically on its own. There are some data that you cannot fight. It grows automatically on its own. As soon as you have data pasted into the source, it's going to grow it. You can't control it, but this one we can control it, of course. So now we have this beneath here. I'm going to have this gone. Let us look at how we have it arranged here is transaction, product, store, and customer. So we have to go right here. So we go ahead and bring in our transaction. Here we go. And we look for our product. So I think it's going to be right here. So we have product. So we have store. Do we have our store already? I think we don't have our store yet. So we have to create for our store. So we have our customer already. So go here and you go for numbers of store. So stores. So come here and actually do this particular count, distinct count. So, you might be thinking like, how can I know all this DAX function offhand? It's not difficult. Once you use it on project over and over again, if you forget, please go back and reference back where we've learned this. You remember what you can use to get the unique list of values from a particular column. So once you do this like 3 to 4 times to get some kind of part of you, so to get stick to you. So that is how it is. So you're gonna have to start thinking automatically when you need it, what function should come, So now we have to say fact table, and we need to look for where we have the store ID. So the store ID here is the store ID. So we have to close and check the formula. So it's working, it's whole number. And here we go for whole number. So we click on OK. So that adds up what we want. So we have 24 stores, right? So the next thing is our customers, which we have right here. So we drop in our customers. So don't worry about this one, doesn't really, even though if it is not showing very well, if it's showing like this, it means we have more values that does not really, that this particular size of the cell does not okay for us. So you just have to come double click it and you have it appeared. So this is exactly what we want. So we can just go back to our dashboard and click on this now. So we have to go get for a transaction. Next is for a product. And next again is for our star. And finally is going to be our customers. So here we are, nicely done, right? So quickly, we just have to format this. Okay, what we can do now is just to get this one. So I'm going to click on this, just get this format for here. So we have to go back to the top again and change this to white. And I'm going to make it bolder, so we can move it a bit away from there and have something like this. So I can just go ahead and double click on this and apply this right here, here, and here. So that's going to make us to just make sure we shift it a little bit to have what we want. So just shift this a little bit. This one as well. So it's okay. This is what we need to have here. And that completes what we need for the cards. So Ctrl+S to save always. In the next lecture, we're going to start to get deep into the creation of this dashboard.